Rec League Podcast. Tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell your family, tell your hater. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods Podcast, Breaker, Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 151. Coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? New year. Hope everybody had dope holidays. Hope everybody enjoyed family and just got to unwind and all of that. But it's a new year. We gonna talk some new movies right quick. I am still getting over the flu, so I'm gonna try to not talk as much, and I'm gonna try to get through this pretty fast. Y'all know how I do. 10 most anticipated movies, 3 honorable mentions. Again, to try to preserve my not getting choked up and all of that. I'm just not going to ramble off a bunch of movies that are coming out. So honorable mention number 3. I was going to put The Smashing Machine just because I want to see The Rock actually act. But for nostalgia purposes, and the trailer the other day did kind of get my attention, curiosity, I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore 2. Peak Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore is peak Adam Sandler. We've wanted a sequel 29 years now. We're finally getting it. It's on Netflix. It is current Adam Sandler. It could be dog shit, but it could be a surprise. At honorable mention number 2, I got Sinners. It's a new Ryan Coogler. Michael B. Jordan, directed by Ryan Coogler. They haven't missed. And it's vampires. So, I mean, whenever April finally gets here, it looks like Prohibition era. It just looks really good. And it's I want to say that everybody, literally everybody, talking about this was originally supposed to be Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. Y'all are lame. There's nothing to support these assumptions. All the Jonathan Majors stuff went down 2 months after Black Panther Wakanda Forever came out. So who's to say Ryan Coogler had this idea in his head, had a cast in his head? Just making assumptions just for your clicks and your attention, and it's lame. Unless Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler come out and be like, oh yeah, this was the original plan. I wasn't supposed to play twins. You're lame. Honorable mention number 1, I think was an honorable mention last year as well. Comes out in a couple weeks. Lee Winnell, Blumhouse. It's Wolfman. Basically the exact same recipe as The Invisible Man 5 years ago, and I'm here for it. It looks creepy. It looks good. I'm down. I feel like Universal did what other studios, Warner Brothers, cough, cough, Warner Brothers, should do. And they figured out their Universal Monsters universe without making it a universe. We got Invisible Man. They've given us a couple modern Dracula, indirect Dracula movies. We're getting Wolfman. They've announced the new Mummy. They're not trying to force this interconnected bullshit when they don't have to. Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner. This just looks at number 10. Another movie that was on my list last year, Karate Kid Legends. The trailer was great. I really, really can't wait to rewatch the franchise, rewatch Cobra Kai start to finish, and just see how this movie brings together Daniel LaRusso, Mr. Han, and unites the two movies. Just based off the trailer, my only reservation is that it looks like this movie might ignore Cobra Kai, and I think that would be whack. At number 9, I got 28 Years Later. Probably a bit low for a lot of y'all tastes. But again, the trailer came out. If Sony is not dicking around with Spider-Man villains, they kind of have a grasp on things. And this looks pretty fucking gnarly. Danny Boyle returning to direct. Alex Garland returning to write. Cillian Murphy's back. Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it. Again, this looks so good. At number 8, I got The Running Man. Simply because it's new Edgar Wright. Glenn Powell, we're going to get to a point where y'all are tired of Glenn Powell. I'm not tired of Glenn Powell. He was good in Top Gun. He was good in Twisters. He was good in Hitman. He was good in Anyone But You. So he's taken over the Arnold role. And I'm just down. It's a new Edgar Wright. It's an excuse to rewatch Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver, Last Night in Soho. To me, Edgar Wright got a new movie coming out. It is event viewing. At number 7, I got Captain America, Brave New World. After Falcon and the Winter Soldier was 4 years ago, I'm really excited to see what they do with Anthony Mackie's Captain America. Harrison Ford stepping in as Thunderbolt Ross. President Thunderbolt Ross. These trailers are good. The way that they edited, like the throwing of the shield into the crumbling of the White House, I love that. I love that trailer. We're finally gonna get Eternals reference and payoff, and apparently Adamantium is supposed to be featured. Apparently we're gonna get we're finally gonna get some sort of new Avengers team. I'm really curious to see how it all comes together. At number 6, I wasn't even gonna put this movie on the list, and then the trailer came out, and I just oh yeah, that looks good. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Ana de Armas. It takes place in between Parabellum and Chapter 4, and it looks based on the trailer, it looks as good as any of the other 4 John Wick movies. At number 5, another one. Based on I was kind of let down by the last movie, I wasn't going to put this on the list, and then this trailer was really good. At number 5, I got Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which they still could have called it Dead Reckoning Part 2, but yay Paramount. A continuation, a follow-up to Dead Reckoning Part 1. They're gonna market this and sell this as the Tom Cruise's last Mission Impossible. Dude's in his 60s. It's the 8th movie in the franchise. It makes all the sense. I just want it to be good, because I was hyped for Dead Reckoning Part 1, and it started in a way that no other mission has started, and it never got me back fully into it. I don't like the opening, but the rest of the movie's fire. But for whatever reason, I just didn't like it as much. Like, I rank Dead Reckoning Part 1 as the second to least favorite of the franchise. Whole cast is coming back, as far as I know, this time from Dead Reckoning Part 1. I think the days of trying to hope Jeremy Renner or Paula Patton come back, those are gone. Yeah, you want great action, man. Mission Impossible is where it's at. At number 4, I got Thunderbolts. Because after 35 some odd ass movies, Marvel decides to put their villains front and center. A group of villains completing a heroic mission instead of the 3rd overall movie, because y'all know what I'm getting at. Just one studio did it right, one studio did it wrong. Yeah, I mean, this looks fun. A group of characters who shouldn't get along, who shouldn't be able to work together, who have sketchy histories in this universe, Again, we get to see Bucky 4 years after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, along with John Walker. We get Yelena years after Black Widow, after Hawkeye, and Red Guardian. And then Ghost, who we haven't seen since Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, it's just cool. I love the concept. It's called Thunderbolts, so I'm assuming Harrison Ford is going to be in this as Thunderbolt Ross again. But there's also that asterisk. Everybody's curious what that's about. And then you got the Lewis Pullman a Century factor. What's going to happen with that? I'm just hyped. This is a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque movie that shouldn't work, but hopefully will. At number 3, I got Zootopia 2. The first Zootopia come out in 2016. Instant classic in my book. One of my favorite all-time Disney animated releases. Jason Bateman, Jennifer Goodwin coming back. I have no idea what the plot's about, but as soon as they said this was coming, I was immediately excited. At number 2, I got the Fantastic Four, First Steps. Those Tim Story Fantastic Four movies, they're good for what they are. They're fine. The Josh Trank 2015 reboot, it's a little less than fine. So I just knew when Kevin Feige finally got his shot at Fantastic Four that he'd knock it out of the park. That's why I'm so hyped. From what I'm hearing, the tone and the setting, it's not going to be in the MCU. It's not going to be in the same universe as Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's not going to be in the same universe as every other movie either. It's going to be some Jetsons type shit. It's going to be in the past, but in a futuristic environment. But there's a rumor that I heard that this first family, this Fantastic Four, does come from the primary MCU, or like maybe they'll get pulled into it. And like that's why like I kind of want to see, like there was a rumor, like I had heard sometime last year that Jeffrey Wright was going to be in this as the Watcher, and it made sense. Going into the Avengers movies, hey, you guys are needed here. But Downey as Doctor Doom, and I'm just assuming that whatever multiversal thing is a part of this movie, he's going to learn of it, and that's going to set up Battleworld or something. There's a lot riding on this movie, and I just can't wait. And then the First Steps factor has to imply that Reed and Sue's kids are in this. And Silver Surfer, I've almost 20 years I wanted to see Silver Surfer back on the screen, and it's all coming true. I'm just so hyped. Super Bowl, probably closer to Thunderbolts. I think we'll get a trailer. And I'm excited, man. My most anticipated movie of 2025. What I think is a lot of people's most anticipated movie of 2025 is Superman. James Gunn just doesn't miss, and that trailer was epic. David Corenswet looks good as Clark Kent. Pause. Looks good as Superman. Pause. Nicholas Hoult looks great as Lex Luthor. All the character designs look great. Even Guy Gardner. He's already Superman. He's been Superman. He's trying to do it his way. And I think that's where the guy throws the can at him, is that he doesn't kill a villain. And then the Justice Society or whatever, Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl, Green Lantern come in and they put a stop to the bad guy. And Superman just has to eat it. I don't know. There's going to be like a conflict of his morality. And it just looks so good. And again, directing, James Gunn has not missed. And make sure you guys are watching Creature Commandos on Max, because there's going to be references. So yeah, man, that's it. That's my list. Gang of movies I didn't mention. Gang of movies that I'm not even aware are coming out. Yeah. Keep up with the playlist. See how I enjoyed my most anticipated movies. Keep up with your boy on Letterboxd. See how I enjoy all movies. And yeah, Den of Thieves review next week. Blu-ray collection update in the next day or two. Podcast is coming. First quarter preview. Another fun year of talking movies with y'all is on the way, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.